Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson. Nike is making one of the biggest bets in the company's history, and it is a big surprise to many. They're going to partner with reality star Kim Kardashian. Joining us to talk more about this new deal is Jordan Hart. She is a reporter for Business Insider. Jordan, welcome to Daily Flash.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So, how much does Kim Kardashian's new company Skims have to do with this new partnership?
Yeah, I mean, this is a full-blown brand partnership. From what I've seen so far of the likes of the Jordan brand, we haven't seen the full scale because the product lineup hasn't been released yet. But it seems like Skims and Nike are going in a full-blown partnership, more than just maybe a collection of leggings, but a whole women's wear apparel line. So this seems like a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these companies, they've got to adapt to new trends. What key factors have contributed to the massive success of Skims, in your opinion, and how does that compare to Nike's rise in the sportswear industry?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can't talk about Skims without mentioning Kim Kardashian's
Right.
star power and her ability to sell pretty much anything. And with that comes a lot of brand recognition and people being able to see something and, automatically associate it with Kim Kardashian. And she really knows her audience. She has a really strong female audience. She's built her audience up, I mean, for like the past 20 or so years now. And so her recognition and knowing the people she's selling something to is, I think, Kim's strong suit. And kind of the same thing applies to Nike. They have that swoosh, that brand recognition, and they know all about star power. They're partnering with the best athletes in the world to bring out, shoes and product lines. So those two areas are where Nike and Kim Skims really overlap.
Yeah, you go back to thinking about the Michael Jordan days, and that's a perfect example of just the perfect combination, when you talk about star power and a product. And like you mentioned, Kim has the influence, probably the original influencer, if we look at it. How has the collaboration between Nike and Skims, do you think, influenced the perception of athleisure and shapewear right now in the mainstream fashion? Because it seems like everybody's wearing it.
Yes. As far as Nike and Skims, I think time will tell. We haven't seen the clothes yet. We haven't seen which direction they're going to take it. But overall, I think athleisure has become so much more mainstream. Maybe 10 years ago, it wasn't as, common to see people wearing a workout set
True.
to go to the grocery store. And so Nike and Skims, their collection and their collaboration is coming at a really key time where this athleisure era is becoming so much more mainstream. They're going to Pilates and stuff like that. So I think this is really timely.
And you touched on this a little bit, Jordan. What do you think Skims' success says about the power of celebrity driven brands in today's retail market?
The Kardashian Jenner family, they know all about a celebrity brand. And I think more celebrities in recent years have taken advantage of that. I think that when it comes to celebrity brands, it's a way for them to kind of cut out the middleman almost of getting these endorsements and working with companies. They can talk directly to their audience and, they can say, this is from me and, this is from me to you. And I think that appeals to their audiences. And I think Kim Kardashian is the example of that. Again, the Kardashian Jenner family, they know all about a celebrity brand.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think that, celebrity brands, they are a way for celebrities to connect with the people who are in their audience, and I think that they kinda have a little bit more loyalty almost from their audience, if that makes sense, than, the standard brand because their face is attached to it, and it feels a little bit more personal, and, like, by buying this, I'm supporting this one person who I've been a fan of for X amount of years.
Sure, and they just make it look all that much more interesting, and you share that identity. And speaking of identity, what do you think about brand identity and future marketing strategies for women's apparel? Not just for Skims and Nike, but for other companies.
Yeah, women's apparel is having a big moment right now as far as sports apparel specifically. With the success of women's basketball, the Olympics were last year. So women's sports has a specific eye on it right now. And I think that brands, including Nike, are taking advantage of that and leaning into that popularity and, boosting that momentum of visibility for women's sports. And everyone is an athlete, and I think that's something that Nike mentioned in their, press release to announce this, that if you have a body, you're an athlete, and I think by including that, they're kind of being a little bit more inclusive and leaning into, make this push for wellness and, again, the visibility of women's sports. I think that fashion and sports are, intersecting in a really key way.
Very true. Jordan Hart, great to talk to you about this topic. Always good to see you and have that information for our viewers. And for more information on this story, all you have to do is head over to businessinsider.com. Jordan, thanks so much for joining us.